And go denyo, oh, what that dang. This is the Black Porter.
Yabo!
AKA Kuku show them why we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must criticize, it must be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we say we are in the service of God and country. This is the Black Porter.
Yabo!
And from the news reel, we endeavor to always keep it real. This is the show you've been waiting for. It's the Black Porter. Kuku show them all.
Yabo!
As usual, we have a number of issues to look at, and I need you to come along, so we'll look at these. Now, the very first story I want to look at is taken from Ghana Weber. And it says, and I read, any serious political party aiming to win an election would have asked Napo to step down. The utterances of one Nana Nto Americhi. I do not know who he is. Maybe you do. But let's find out. Desmond Nana Nto Americhi, a former national organizer of the People's National Convention, the PNC, has criticized Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, popularly known as Napo, the running mate of the New Patriotic Party, for his recent remarks about former President Dr. Osei Kwame Nkrumah. Speaking on UTV's Adieche Nkrumah, on July 11, 2024, Americhi condemned Prempeh's comments as disrespectful and questioned his political maturity. Americhi expressed disappointment, stating, "I thought Napo was a mature politician. But what he said has made me realize that he is not. I am surprised his followers haven't seen that and are supporting what he said." Now, the controversy stems from Dr. Prempeh's statement during his official introduction in Kumasi on June 9, 2024. He claimed that President Akufo Addo surpasses Ghana's first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, in terms of spearheading development in the country's history. Now, my brother, my sister, Americhi has spoken, and he couldn't have said anything better. My brother, my sister, we are grappling with a very dangerous party in power. The Ashanti regional couple has come out to say there are so many ways one can win an election. My brother, my sister, and people are taking that for a joke. There are so many ways, hundreds and thousands and millions of ways we could win this election coming up. Oh my God, have mercy. If only they knew how Ghanaians have opened their eyes and ears, waiting for anything untoward to happen. Please do not throw this country into chaos unnecessarily. Now let us get back to the subject. What Americhi is saying is nothing but the truth. Napo is not matured one bit. What Americhi is saying is nothing but the gospel. Napo has proven to everybody that he's a loose cannon with no common sense. In fact, if it was a 5-year-old who had made these utterances, all we would have done was to spank him 10 times and take him back to the kindergarten and open his ears and teach him more about Kwame Nkrumah. But a matured man, an adult who recently got married, my brother, my sister, albeit for political reasons, we are told, my brother, my sister, can open his mouth and this gibberish will come out of his 32 teeth. My brother, my sister, Americhi has said nothing but the truth. He used to think Napo was a little matured politically, but it looks like he is nothing close to maturity when it comes to politics. I can imagine Baumia crying in his bedroom and telling his family, I didn't want this man to come close to me at all. But my arms were twisted by the powers that be. The people who brought me into the party, they recommended him. Look at the fanful respect he gave Bawumia. Kneeling down to talk to him. All of a sudden, I am beginning to sympathize with Bawumia. Right now, my brother, my sister, not even bribery would win them this election. Napo has proven to the world that apart from being immature, he's also not wise. My brother, my sister, so many people, including people from his own party, have condemned what he said. But the arrogant blockheaded as he is, he has not thought it wise to apologize to us face to face. There was only a letter, a communique that came out without a signature. As to whether it's a fake one or not, we do not know. People want to hear it from the mouth of the blockheaded dentist, the wannabe politician. My brother, my sister. Now the people of Nkrumah are very, very angry. My brother, my sister, and I need you to come along as we look at this. This one I'm reading from My Joy Online, and it says, come to Nkrumah and apologize to us. Nzima chiefs tell Napo for denigrating Nkrumah. And I read, chiefs of the Nzima traditional area, where Ghana's first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, hails from, have rejected the apology issued by the new patriotic party's running mate, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, regarding his recent comments about Dr. Nkrumah. Now, during his unveiling in Kumasi, Dr. Opoku Prempeh asserted that President Akufo Addo had surpassed all previous presidents in terms of development, including Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. He subsequently apologized for the comment through a statement after widespread condemnation. My brother, my sister, it shouldn't only be Nzima chiefs. It should be the whole Ghana. Children of Kwame Nkrumah. Children of this great nation. If we truly want to honor our heroes, if we want to give credit to hard work, it is time to boycott this dirty political party and bring it to its knees for this heinous desecration of our political heritage and legacy. Hear me now. I have lost all respect for Napo. Listen, this is not the first time Napo has said this. And the arrogant, dunder-headed, box-headed Napo, my brother, my sister, has not even apologized. He still says that he believes in what he has said. In other words, it is his opinion that Nana Akufo Addo has done better. Somebody who was trained as a scientist, a medical doctor. You are told to make conclusions based on certain numerical evidence. Evidence plain to the eye and beyond. What is your evidence? Is political jingoism, political gymnastics, and political higgledy-piggledy. My brother, my sister, the arrogant guy ended up offending Kufuor, and the gentleman that Kufuor is, he has sat down quietly, telling himself, I thought foolishness would stop in this political party. Thank God, I am not so active in this party anymore. He still believes that Nana Addo did better than Kwame Nkrumah. And as for Nana Addo, he is the most useless president this nation has ever had. Wood to me said some countries will come and borrow him to be president. Well, we wish those countries all the best in hell. My brother, my sister, a man who has no respect for the legacies and heritage of the heroes of this nation. Nana Akufo Addo, his father and grandfather, do not have any recognition outside the four corners of this nation. Nkrumah has respect all over the world. even in Russia, in America, in China, in Japan. Hey, if a new nation is discovered on the moon, trust me, Kwame Nkrumah's statue would have long been there before discovery. That's how much people revere the works of Kwame Nkrumah. Now I get to understand better why the Bible said that the hero is never regarded in his own home. Jesus made a lot of miracles, but when he got to his hometown, he couldn't pull that magic, all because of ingrates like Napo. If Napo was in the days of the Bible, the biblical days, my brother, my sister, he would have been no other person but Judas Iscariot. If Napo was in the days of the Bible, he would have been Judas Iscariot. He has betrayed Asantini, not with a kiss, but with a microphone. He has betrayed Bawumia, not with a kiss, but with a microphone and nonchalant behavior. My brother, my sister, I'm not done with this. Watch this other thing here, and I need you to come along. And I'm reading this from Peace FM Online. It says, your Nkrumah comment. Let's move on. There are pressing issues to discuss in the country. And this is a man called John Boedu. I know him. He's an MPP man. He contested some election like that and lost, I think, national chairman or national whatever. But my brother, my sister, yes, National General Secretary of the NPP and lost. John Boedu, a former General Secretary of the ruling New Patriotic Party, says commentaries on Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh's unfortunate comment about Dr. Kwame Nkrumah must cease. According to him, the continued discussion of the issues will neither bring development to the nation, nor whatever. It's an incomplete sentence. Now, speaking on Neat FM's morning show, Mr. Boedu, however, condemned Napo's comment after asking Ghanaians to forgive him. These are the few wise people in that party. My brother, my sister, we all know the UP tradition, United Party. The United Party has risen against Kwame Nkrumah from time immemorial till now. They rose against Kwame Nkrumah. Now, when you look at the history, Nana Prempeh II loved Kwame Nkrumah so much, but at the end of the day, they twisted his arms and made him become almost somebody who didn't like Nkrumah. When we have time, we'll go deeper into that history. My brother, my sister, hear this interesting statement. The man is saying that we've talked enough, and therefore, we should go ahead and deal with other pressing issues. After all, this would not bring development to the nation. I beg to differ. The way people are rising against Napo is good for the history of this country. People who are aspiring to be heroes and sacrifice for the nation will know that one day their sacrifice will be lauded and applauded. If people like Napo can carelessly, nonchalantly come out and speak like dummies, my brother, my sister, like this, and we all keep quiet, or speak for just a day or two and forget about it, they will continue. As I said, this is not the first time Napo has made such a careless, silly statement. He said it before, and I've had the chance to say it several times on this show, when he said Nana Akufo Addo was better than Kwame Nkrumah when it came to education. Almost all the universities in Ghana belonging to the government were built by Kwame Nkrumah, and much more. I said, beyond Accra, people don't even recognize Nana Akufo Addo. When Nana Akufo Addo goes to my village, nobody knows him. If he arrives there in the night, people will run into their rooms because they would have thought that a dwarf had come from the bush. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. If Nana Akufo Addo goes to my village in the night, my village chief will run for shelter. He will run for cover because we believe in ghosts and dwarfs, Motia. And we would have all thought that an Motia had come, just like in the days of Nana, Kwame, and San. We all remember when the white man came in. Nana Kwame and San and his followers in the western region believed that they were ghosts because they looked white, pale like chalk. In my village, if Nana Akufo Addo arrives there in the night, my brother, my sister, we all will run for cover because an Motia, a dwarf, has landed. And if Napo led a team of dentists to my village, my brother, my sister, we all will run for cover because his teeth will not even encourage us of dentistry. Sometimes you must be careful who gives you food and who sells you perfumes. Find out how they smell first. If a man says he will give you a hat, look at his head. Is he wearing a hat? What kind of hat is he wearing? Say kwatrikosi obema untuma tie ni din. We shall keep talking about this until they lose the elections. We, the sons and daughters of Kwame Nkrumah, will rise against them in spirit and also physically. If the physical fails, we shall go spiritual, and we know how to do it. We will make sure that they themselves even vote against themselves on the day of the election. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. I leave it here. Yes. Next thing I want to look at is right here in Accra. From Ghana, where it says Galamsey warns of sanctions for sanitation violators in Accra. I read. Now the Galamsey Nitakite Kuchuru II has commended the people who participated in a couple of days homework cleanup exercise in parts of Accra Central Business District, the CBD. Now he expressed his pleasure at seeing the streets of Accra CBD cleaned and healthy, and he extolled the efforts of those involved in this exercise. His Royal Majesty King Takite Kuchuru II made the commendation during an inspection tour of the selected areas on Saturday, accompanied by senior officials of the Greater Accra Regional Coordinating Council, the GAC. And Asafo Cheme of the gas state, he visited various locations, including Rollins Park, CMB, Makola, and Tudu, to assess the progress of the exercise. Saturday's cleanup was the first phase of the one-month homework cleanup initiative, a collaborative effort between the Galamsey government agencies and Zoom Lion Ghana Limited. Now the Galamsey assured that the exercise will be sustained after the homework festivities. We will ensure that this exercise goes beyond the homework celebrations and becomes a regular feature in Accra, he said. He however cautioned that the Special Task Force will be patrolling Accra from tomorrow, that's yesterday, to ensure that the city remains clean. And those who be found flouting the exercise bylaws will be dragged to the sanitation court and prosecuted to serve as a deterrent. Niteku Churu II said. Galamsey Niteku Churu. Piao, piao, piao. I don't know the Ga version of piao, piao, piao. My brother, we live in a country where we are so interested in cookathons, scamathons, fakeathons, kibabathons, walkathons, hagathons, thiefathons, corruptionathons, and all the thons in marathons. Nobody is interested in cleaning. You go to Nima, the gutters are now breeding snakes, cobras, and what's that snake called? The big one, anaconda. You go beyond Nima and go to Ashaiman. Their gutters have become breeding spaces for dangerous animals. And yet, They climb over these gutters and go to church and mosque every day. Sometimes even the mosque is surrounded by things that you can't mention. Dirty. Yet, my brother, my sister, nobody has ever thought about a clean-a-thon. Galamsey is paving the way for all of us. Galamsey is telling us that cleanliness is next to godliness. Nana Akufo Addo scammed us when he told us Accra will be the cleanest city in West Africa. Today we've seen that it's a scam. Worse than the scam of Chef Smith. Worse than the scam of Akablemeza. My brother, my sister, Accra continues to be dirty, dirty, dirty. Thanks to the former vice president who is now in eternity, Alu Mahama. At least Accra would have even been worse. Remember his campaign against throwing rubbish all over and urinating like animals all over the place. Sometimes I'm so ashamed. The other day I was driving with my children. A full-blown man came right in front of the car. I don't know if he didn't know there were people in the car or not. The engine was even still running. He came and removed his langa-langa right in front of my children and myself to urinate on the tire of my car. I opened the door and I asked him whether to call him a sheep or a pig. That's what I asked him. He looked at me and stopped urinating. Is this a pig or is a goat or a sheep? We urinate everywhere. We throw rubbish anywhere. We buy food from anywhere. We live in a country where we believe that the woman who sells wache on top of the gutter, having flies, play football on top of the wache, that is the most sumptuous wache in the whole of Accra. After all, African gems, no, they kill Africans. What a shame. And authorities walk by night and day watching them do these terrible things. Galamsey, piao, piao, piao. Piao, piao, piao. Arrest them one after the other. Watch out for corrupt officials who will take money from these people and continue with this heinous crime. A nation that believes so much in religiousness. Religiosity is their city. Yet, my brother, my sister, they are the dirtiest. Your own religions tell you that cleanliness is next to godliness. You are far away from God because you are dirty. Go to the beach areas. You'll be shocked. People are eating, so I will not talk. But you know what I know. Some people even do it in polythene bags. Hot in the polythene bag, so hot. They tie it and then they carry it to the beach side. They throw it away. Fowls and things go around there. The beaches are so smelly, yet you want tourists to come there. You think they are crazy like you? I leave it here. Now, one of the very last things I want to look at is still from the Ghana web, and I like this story. I need it to come along. It says OKUDZETO has saved this country more than Akufo Addo. Bawomia. And this is one Henry Osei Akoto talking. I don't know who he is, but we'll find out who he is. Henry Osei Akoto say, a prominent member of the National Democratic Congress, has praised North-Tongue Member of Parliament Samuel OKUDZETO Ablakwa for his significant contributions to the country. Osei Akoto asserted that Ablakwa has done more to save the nation than President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo, Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and all the anti-corruption agencies in the nation combined. I leave it here. I have said it time and again. Ablakwa is doing a yeoman's job, what Napoleon could not do. He's attempting to do that. And remember, I sounded a word of caution. I pray that when his party comes into power, he will still have the same energy, the same energy and power to chase all these people to where they belong. My brother, my sister, hear me now. He says he gets a lot of threats. Even his fellow politicians are beginning to laud him. His life is in danger. But he says, what is the purpose of my life if it can't touch other lives? He seems to be saying. Ablakwa is a gentleman. They have tried in the past to be able to drag him down with some illegalities that they claimed he was involved in. Fortunately, they have never been able to pin him down. He has been as clean as a whistle, at least for the time being. My brother, my sister, you cannot go to equity if your hands are not clean. If you want to fight corruption, make sure that you yourself are not corrupt. You are clean. I hope Ablakwa will listen to this and also understand that the best thing is to leave a clean legacy and not ill-gotten wealth. Think about it. Now, my brother, my sister, the last thing I would like to look at, and I'll be gone, is this one from Ghana Web, and it says, Captain Smart lists government officials allegedly involved in Galamsey. And when you read the story, he mentioned a few people who he claims, my brother, my sister, are involved in Galamsey. Captain Smart claimed that he knows many ministers from the government, New Patriotic Party, who are involved in this illegal activity. He reiterated that he has previously stated and will continue to assert that most government officials are involved in Galamsey. And he mentioned names. I am repeating it. The Western Regional Minister is involved in Galamsey. Miracle Duka is involved in Galamsey. And the Axim Nzema East MCE is also involved. In fact, he even has a shop that sells Galamsey equipment. Oh my God. I like it when citizens come out boldly and say some of these things. Things that officials that we pay with the taxpayers' money to uncover and unfold and curb. They leave these things to us, and we boldly come out and confront the issues. I want to applaud Captain Smart. My brother, it's not everything Captain Smart says that I believe in. Vice versa. It's not everything I say that he believes in. But my brother, the work Captain Smart is doing on radio, my brother, my sister, it takes a lot of effort. You might call it foolhardiness. I will call it bravery to be able to do this. You must only remember that, yes, posterity will smile at you. Even if not you, your progeny, and the people coming after you, generations yet to come. My brother, my sister, this government has disappointed the whole nation. Corrupt. This government is not only corrupt, it is arrogant. If somebody had told us 8 years back that Nana Addo would one day be shouting at chiefs and asking them to stand up and hail him and greet him, somebody who went to chiefs, bent down and almost knelt down to greet them, today he's asking them to stand up, commanding all of them to greet him. If somebody had told me that Nana Addo will sit back and watch a certain block-headed dunderhead say that he has done better than Kwame Nkrumah, I would have said, no, it's not true. Hey! So Nana Addo wants that crown on his head, that he's better than Kwame Nkrumah. That is why he's quiet, right? Anyway, to God be the glory. My producer said there's an issue here that I need to look at before I go. I wanted to leave it here, but let me quickly look at it. Police invite A+ to assist investigations into Ahmed Swale's death. And this is from Graphic Online. I read. Police has invited musician Kwame Asare Obeng, popularly known as A+, to assist ongoing investigation into the death of journalist Ahmed Hussein Swale. Now, the police invitation follows A+'s recent claims on social media that he has some information regarding the case. Oh, Lord. Hey, this is a country that is very interesting. It's a country that breaks my heart every time. Oh, my God. Now, A+ goes on social media. He says that he knows. Listen, he did not say he has information. He says he knows the killers of Ahmed Swale, but he will not volunteer that information for reasons best known to himself. And police quickly invited him. Canada, Japan, a few months back, said the same things even more vehemently. I know the killer of Ahmed Swale. I've even given the name to the IGP. But because the IGP is complicit in the thing, because the police is complicit in the thing, they do not want to investigate it. What is more damning? In fact, he smeared the Ghana police with dirt. Nothing happened. Somebody who said he knew the killer and that he had given the name to the IGP and that the police was complicit in the whole thing, and for that matter, they were not ready to exonerate him from the crime. A+ comes to say a milder one. I know the killer of Ahmed Swale, but I will not mention. I am glad the police invited him. All that I'm saying is they should have invited Canada, Japan too. For the benefit of our nation, please, some of these things need to be investigated. And I would like to speak to my brethren, A+. My brother, any information you have, spill it out. But watch out for your own life. The killers of Ahmed Swale do not want to be known. That is why they did it, hiding. If you know it, they will come after you. Please be careful. Watch your movements. Unless you have the same thing that I have, be careful. Please be careful. To come out publicly and say things like this, my brother, you need to watch your back. Be careful of shadows after dark. I wish you all the best. Say everything. Let us catch the killers of this innocent boy. One day when you are also not there, or a family member is not there in the same circumstances, some other person will volunteer information that will lead to the arrest of these people. To God be the glory. Well, my name Black Rasta has been the Black Post.